I'm 28 right now, and I'm a personal trainer. I just got certified last September, end of September, and then I incorporated my business in December. So it's been close to a year. So I went to university at the University of British Columbia, which is the province that Vancouver is in. And so I went to university and got a degree in philosophy. And then later on, after I graduated, I realized that that would absolutely get me no job, because it's just an arts degree. Most people just go into law or become a professor in philosophy. There's no real work out there. So I had to get more skills, more skill-specific training. So I decided to go into technical writing, which is which isn't industry specific. So you can go be a technical writer anywhere. So I was halfway done, and then I got a job at this IT company. And what they do is educational materials and training in cloud computing and big data and service-oriented architecture. Now I can see that it was a toxic environment, because you're expected to work overtime every day. I didn't really have management, so the person I reported directly to was the owner of the company, and I'd be the one editing all the material for him. And I wouldn't really talk to anybody. I'd be just sitting on my ass all day. It was so numb. When you just go to a job, no one talks to you, and you just you're so stressed out, and you have to meet all these demands that don't enrich your life or stimulate you at all. I was really good at what I do, at editing. That was, I guess, my downfall, because my boss just kept expecting more and more of me. I make decent money, but then what's the point? If I were to die tomorrow, what would I have, in my honor, or that I've contributed to the world? And I think I almost became, I was very depressed, but I didn't know it at the time. And in contrast, my boyfriend, or yeah, I'll just say he's my boyfriend. I think we broke up, but I'm not sure. Well, he runs a trading studio. It's the one I train my clients out of. And so when I went to go visit him at work, it'd be the complete opposite. It'd be so, everyone was so happy, all these smiles, and people sweating really hard, and being so joyous. Just this, just the energy. You can feel different energies from different people and different places, and the contrast was just so stark. Everything in society right now, I'm gonna go on a rant right now about corporations, but I am so fucking furious. I'm just infuriated at how all the values, everything is flipped upside down. So we basically massacre, so many other life forms. We exploit and we abuse so much of our planet and those living on our planet for financial gain, when money is just this tool, it's just this currency that's used so we can all make exchanges in a way that doesn't necessarily make it unfair for any one party, right? It's just something to be used, but instead people put it up it's some crazy it's like a crazy prize or something, and they just forget that loving other people and loving your home and your earth and your planet and everything that's what's really important, right? Oh my god, Instagram. Oh my god, I don't know, everyone's a little celebrity in their own minds.
Exactly. Everyone wants to be liked.
Yeah. They want to be followed.
Yeah.
But then, just purely because they seek that attention, they lose the ability to provide substance, to really provide true, something that has value. Because when you do it, you use it as a way to get what you want. Whatever you're providing, whatever you're putting out there, it innately loses some of its value. Well, my home life when I was growing up, it wasn't very happy. My father is, he used to be very, he's about 11 years older than my mom, and he never graduated from high school. So he grew up in a, okay, so when he grew up, my grandma came from a very wealthy, like noble house, and then they lost everything because my grandfather gambled it all away. So my dad, I think he has this like superiority complex where he thinks he's just owed, he's just entitled. So the whole time I was growing up, him and my mom, they would always be fighting, and he'd always be like, he would say like pretty horrible things, like just like name calling, and a lot of the time like he would get me to call the cops and to have the cops like act as like mediator. And one time when I was about 8 or 9, he had been physical with my mom before, but this time like it got to the point where like it was like pretty bad. So then I called the cops, and then he went to jail for about 3 days. And at that time, like I wanted my mom to get a divorce. Like it was just like I didn't understand why she didn't. You know, they're alone here, and my mom isn't like the most like independent kind of person. So then I think she thought she was stuck with him. But I didn't understand this until I like entered into my 20s. I graduated from high school. I call it like, there's no real way to put this. Like I left home. I went and just left one night in the middle of the night and stayed at my boyfriend's. And for a couple of weeks, I didn't talk to them or anything like that. It was only about, I think after maybe 2 months, that I emailed my mom, and then we started talking again. And then after that, I finished my first semester at university, and then I went back home. And then things have been, things like, it wasn't as crazy as it was back when I was in high school. Most of my 20s, like really consciously seeking ways to build myself up, because I had very little self-confidence. So one of the first jobs I got was as a server, because I thought to myself, you know what, like you're so shy and you can't talk to people, so get a job where you're forced to talk to people. So I did that for about like 2 years, and then I got a job at a bar, and I was like floating around. Like I made enough money to cover my own university, but I didn't gain like actual like skills. Like people are like, oh, you should get a job like at a bank, or you should get a job at an office and then make your resume look better. And I definitely didn't do that. I was about like 24, 25. I entered into a state of mind where I didn't understand, like where I didn't see the meaning at all to my life. You know when you have like an existential crisis? Yeah, so I had one of those. I think it lasted for about a year. And during that time I went and partied like crazy and did a whole bunch of drugs, and like, I was like trying to seek something, but obviously nothing can be achieved through substance abuse. A lot of people, they do that with like booze or drugs or whatever, partying, trying to distract yourself from, more important questions. I guess I see it as a positive, because it's obviously a lesson what not to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm so ambitious, like to try to always do more, because otherwise the flip side is like feeling like shit, feeling like you're not worth anything, right? Expecting other people to help you or to do something for you, which no one is required at all to do that. First, okay, there's a couple of things. The first one is very female specific. The second one is more unisex. Okay, the first one would be to do everyone around you a favor and recognize when you are hormonal. Because a lot of females, I think I started realizing this when I was maybe like 4 years ago or something like that. When I was in my mid-20s. And I learned the cycle of my body. Once you have that knowledge, knowledge is power. It frees you. It frees you from your old habits, your own thoughts. Because what you say, what you think, what you feel, when your body is not completely like in a healthy state. Like when we're hormonal, like it's like a fucking mess. Like everything's so chaotic. Like you're angry for no reason. Like you get out of bed and like you're angry. And so you have to recognize this and just be like, okay, yo, it'll be over in a few days, okay? And then just give other people like that courtesy of telling them, because the person you become when you're in that state is not the person you really are. So the best thing to prevent a lot of issues that may come up and a lot of arguments would just be to learn your body, to understand when you're entering into another state, and then to empower other people with that knowledge, just so things don't get out of control. Because it's so easy, especially for females, to let your emotions dictate your reality, and that's not right. Second thing that I want to tell people is that I really believe in the power of making your reality exactly the way you want it. So whatever thoughts you're thinking about anything, like about a person, about something that's happened to you, these thoughts are your own creation. So whatever you think will make that thing even stronger. So if you're like, oh, I fucking hate my boss, like he's such a dick, like look at what he did, or look at how he, wrote me up or whatever. You're focusing on something that's negative, more of that will come. Whatever job you're working at, whatever grades you're getting, whatever relationship you're in, like you make it good or you make it bad. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from going and getting what you want. Life just, it just wants you to be happy. It wants you to be content. So that's it. So believe that you're worth it. Yeah, okay. Hey guys, this is Maria Lee. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, express yourself.